Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to be moving on in our unit. So we've already learned equations, and now we're going to learn inequalities. These are the same thing, except instead of an equal sign now, we're going to use our greater than or less than signs, our alligator mouth signs. So please go ahead and open your book to page 284, and we will get started. Moving down to the first try it. It says, Kyoko has completed 26 hours of community service. Her goal is to complete at least 90 hours this semester. Write and solve an inequality to show how many more hours H she needs to complete her goal. Use the number line to graph the solutions. So, she wants at least 90. Now, looking at that, we know she can have more than 90 and be happy, but she cannot have less than 90. So what she gets needs to be either greater than or it can be equal to, because if she has 90, she'll be happy with that. She has already completed her 26 hours. So we have our H, how many more she needs, plus the 26 that she's already completed, and that either needs to be more than or equal to 90, greater than or equal to 90. Okay, we solve these the same way, just like we do our equations. So I'm going to keep my sign the same. That does not change. And then I have my H plus 26. Since 26 is being added, I would have to subtract 26 from both sides to get that to cancel. And so we find that H has to be greater than or equal to 64 to complete her minimum number of hours. Now, when to graph that, we want to show how many hours she can complete. So I find 64 and I put my point there. Since 64 is included, because 64 works since I have that equals to, I do a closed dot on 64, and it can be all the numbers after 64 to make this true as well. So H can be 64 or 65 or 70 or 100, any number greater than 64 is what this is telling us. All right, moving along. The speed limit on a road drops down to 15 miles per hour around a curve. Mr. Gerard, Mr. Gerard slows down by 10 miles per hour as he drives around the curve. He never drives above the speed limit. At what speed was he driving before the curve? Graph the solution. All right, so our total now is 15 because that's what he's now going. Since he never goes above the speed limit, 15 is either going to be greater than or equal to the rest of our expression side. So our expression is either going to be less than or equal to. And it will use G for what he was going, and he slows down, so minus 10. So what he was going before, minus 10, is either less than or equal to 15. Alrighty, now if we put this on a graph, we know we need to have the number 15, and then let's go some above and some below. So I'll count by fives. 10, 5, 0. We can't go negative speed, so we should never go into the negatives just for this problem. There's some problems that can go negative. And I'll have 20, 25, and 30. All right, I know my point is at 15. Oh no, we have to solve. Draw your two lines. G is being subtracted, so I need to add 10. So G is greater than or equal to 25. So G is 25. It can be 25 because it's equal to, so I do a closed dot. And then it can be anything less than 25 as well. All right, solve the inequality. So I have n minus 1 3/4 is less than or equal to -5/8. So I draw my line like normal, just now at the inequality instead of the equal. N is being subtracted from, so I have to add 2, 1 3/4. Those cancel. On this side, I need to add 1 3/4. -5/8 plus 1 3/4 gives us 1 1/8. So that's N is less than or equal to 1 1/8. So I need to graph 1 1/8. I know that's somewhere very close to 1, so I'm going to put 0, 1, and 2. You just at least need 3 numbers on your graph when you are graphing. Since it's or equals 2, I'm going to do a closed dot, and I'm going to do very close to 1. It's just a little bit greater than 1. But N is everything less than, so I need to go smaller than 1 for my line. Alrighty. I want you to practice 4 with graphing our equations, and then if you have time, go ahead and do 2 for me. So definitely practice graphing on question 4, and then go to question 2 and see how those are different. And then we will pick up there in class.